60 million people in the United States live with some form of disability. The Americans with Disabilities Act prohibits discrimination on the basis of disability in places of public accommodation. The term, public accommodation, usually means businesses open to the public, as well as their commercial websites. 10 to 12,000 physical and digital, federal lawsuits, based on the Americans with Disabilities Act are filed annually. So, how is the Americans with Disabilities Act violated? A disabled individual just needs to show they were deterred from full enjoyment of a place of public accommodation. Like many things in our society, filing lawsuits because of the Americans with Disabilities Act has become big business. 15% more lawsuits were filed in 2021 than in 2020. Some disabled individuals spend all day looking for non-compliant websites and then file lawsuits themselves, or hire an attorney to do so. Specialized law firms often send high volumes of demand letters to businesses with non-compliant websites. Most demand letters will result in a settlement that does not show up in lawsuit statistics. The top 10 law firms file 75% of the Americans with Disabilities Act lawsuits. If you proceed to trial, courts are likely to conclude that if you have both a physical and digital place of business, then your digital website must be accessible. As a business website owner, you may have contracted out the design and implementation of your website, but you are still liable for its non-compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act. But once you get a demand letter, or are served with a lawsuit, it's too late to avoid penalties for non-compliance. While the cost of non-compliance typically runs into the thousands of dollars, the cost for making a website more compliant often starts from $450 per year for small to medium-sized sites. This typically includes a small unit of code that provides a screen reader, text enlargement, contrast enhancement, link highlighting, increasing line spacing, and text alignment modification. To introduce our services to you, we can provide a unit of code that will make your website more compliant. So, check how vulnerable you might be right now to lawsuits because your website is non-compliant.